You are entering the cosmos.
Hello, cadets. I'm Lemuel T. Howitzer, a retired general. This is General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room, which is kind of funny because today it's a kind of a wee monster. We're going to be talking about Leprechaun today, and I'm all green and camouflage with the background. The wearing of the green. Let's go ahead and bring up my assistant, Major Billy Hazzard.
Hello, General. Yes, it's a wee one today, and of course, I'm trying to figure out if I could do an Irish accent. Of course, I can't, so I'm just going to stick with New Yorker. Can you do an accent, General?
You can't do an Irish accent.
I can't. I've tried, but I can't. I'm so sorry. I wish I could. I really wish I could.
You just keep doing the Yonkers accent there.
I'll just keep doing the Yonkers. But
I hear a bell.
Yes, I have to text for a moment, but that's okay. Just continue. Speak amongst yourselves, General.
Oh, please do. All right. So this movie has a distinction of being one of the first things that Jennifer Aniston ever did. She's very young in this. I'm guessing around 20 somewhere. So this is, of course, before Friends and all that fame that she got after that. So I'm excited. She looks great in this. As a matter of fact, they kind of take advantage of the fact that she looks so good in this. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I got my peach tea. I hope you have your favorite libation or whatever it is that you like to drink in the afternoons.
And you know, I decided because of your peach tea, I'm doing my raspberry tea. So now we're doing raspberry and peach tea together.
Raspberry and peach tea.
Raspberry and peach. Although I don't do the noises. I'm very sorry, cadets. I don't do the noises. I don't know how to do the noises. You know, that's its own thing.
Well, you know, and I don't think I do them either. You keep telling me that I'm noisy when I drink my tea.
It's a lot of noises. The fans, it's legendary. All the fans love you.
You know, just to please you.
No, it's a little more than that. Like cadets back me up. It's a little more than that. It's
I almost choked.
That's another noise. You see, there's a lot of noises. It's like a cacophony of noises, General.
Little peach burp.
It's a cacophony of noises.
That's cacophony.
A cacophony of noises. Yes. So what can I say? Anyways, I'm very excited.
What is a cacophony?
A cacophony is like a big, orchestral noise of a lot of discordance. I'm a scientist. I have real degrees, real university.
What is a plethora?
It's the opposite of dearth. It's a lot. A plethora is a lot, and a dearth is a little. So this is a dearth of a character because he's very little. He's a diminutive. He's a very diminutive little character.
I'm very happy that you know what a plethora is.
Oh, of course I do. I know exactly what it is.
You've got the lab coat on. So
I have the lab coat, and I also studied English literature. So I mean, there you go. Bob's your uncle. And speaking of Bob, Bob Ross might be here today. So we're hoping.
Bob's your uncle?
Bob's your uncle. Have you heard that before? We say that. We say Bob's your uncle.
They have a lab coat. Yes.
Go. I have a lab coat. I know what I'm talking about.
I have a lab coat, but I never wear it. I prefer just being
the
casual,
fatigues. You do
like Rory Penland. It's casual.
Right. Well, it's also the fatigues, and as you see, we have the banner here and everything, and it's green, like you said, because of Leprechaun. Now the great thing about Leprechaun is it's really a franchise. I mean, they've done so many. They have Leprechaun in the Hood. They have Leprechaun. I mean, there's so many Leprechauns, but this is really
We talked about that with Alan Hops when we were doing The
Right.
Howling. We
Yes.
went off on a tangent on this movie for some reason. I can't remember how we got started on it. But he was telling us stories about how Warwick Davis, who is a little person who plays the Leprechaun in most of these movies, after about the fourth one, they were like, "Hey, we want you to do another one." He's like, "Hey, I want to be a father. I want to enjoy my kids. No, I'm not really interested." "Oh, come on, we'll do anything. You tell us what you want and we'll do it." So he came up with these unbelievable demands. Like, I only want to shoot one day. I only want to get the makeup one day. You're going to pay me this much money, which was an ungodly sum of money. And they did it. They said, "Yeah, okay."
Why wouldn't they? It's amazing. They knew they would get the money back. Of course you're going to get your money back. You do another Leprechaun and everyone's going to show up. He's amazing. We love this guy.
And that was Leprechaun in the Hood. He's in a box for most of the movie.
Right. He doesn't have to do much work, but he has his name in it. And of course, the plot line is just hysterical. So I encourage everybody, if you haven't seen that one and you want to have a good time and it's late at night and you want to just party with your friends, it's very funny. Very funny.
This one's ridiculous. I mean, it has a lot.
It's all ridiculous.
Horror cliches and again, as we will see as I'm going through the timeline, it's got a lot of the horror cliches in it, and other movie cliches like cops with donuts and.
But that was intentional, right? Like, there's a lot of elbow wink, wink. Like, I feel like these were smart writers. I don't think it was.
I don't know.
I think they knew what they were doing. I do. I think they did. I think it's supposed
I only know that the director of the movie wrote the movie, and usually that means they're not that experienced, but they were experienced enough to get Warwick Davis on board. They got an early Jennifer Aniston, which was a big bonus later, because she became famous, from Friends.
Of course.
They also got a couple of other actors in this who are character actors that have been in a lot of stuff. Ozzy in this, I can't remember the actor's name now, but he was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
One of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, he's absolutely stunning.
Right, Pee-wee?
Yeah, right, Pee-wee? This is perfect.
Yeah, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? This keeps going.
Oh, Francis. That's right. His name was Francis.
Francis, yes. And he had a big swimming pool. He was very elite. He was very rich, but very annoying. He wanted the bike. Well,
he's annoying in this too.
He's very annoying. He's very good at doing that.
I can't remember which came first, this or Forrest Gump, but he's kind of playing that type of character, kind of a simple-minded character.
Yes.
And
there you go. And also, I am wearing green today, of course. So we're all matched. And I hope the cadets are also in. Cadet Morales wants to remind
nobody can pinch you.
Nobody can pinch me. Cadet Morales wants to remind us that there was also Back in the Hood, also Back to the Hood. The Hood.
Yeah, that's the one. He's in the box. We just said that. He was the one that mystified me the most was he went into space. I think this was the one that started that. When he went into space, then Jason had to go into space, and then I'm surprised Freddy Krueger hasn't gone into space yet.
I thought he did. I thought Freddy Krueger
somewhere up in space.
I thought he did. I have a false memory of Freddy being in space. Maybe someone else.
I'm saying I'm surprised that didn't happen.
But there should. But I feel like it did happen. If it hasn't, then somebody's heard you, and now they're going to do it because as we know, these remakes.
Freddy Krueger in space, Friday 13 in space.
If only you could get some royalties.
They did in space.
Yeah, if only you could get royalties, that would be
Jason
fantastic.
X. They call it Jason X. So anyway, I mean, this is more of a movie that you should do for, St. Patty's Day, and we'll probably do one of the other movies because there's several of them. Maybe we'll do Leprechaun in the Hood for St. Patty's Day next year.
I really, really think that we should. It's absolutely amazing. It's a strikingly brilliant movie, to be honest with you, and it's very entertaining. It's strikingly brilliant. Because if you come to it from the popularity, I'll be honest, the popularity is definitely in that it's very entertaining. And Marlon Brando said, in acting, you just want to be entertaining. That's the success. So if they want to be entertaining, and Warwick, of course, is just a big star.
Be entertaining, I make up my own dialogue.
Stella! I like
just be entertaining. They like you if you just the horror.
I love it. It's very entertaining. It doesn't get more entertaining than Leprechaun. I think we should start the timeline because I love it. I'm giddy.
Well, and I
Giddy.
love we do have quite a few slides.
Yes.
I'm just doing more and more slides. There's so many good pictures. Usually I will screenshot 300 to 500 slides.
Well, and of course we do that to get
And
around.
then I got to narrow it down to under 150 to make our timeline. We're doing. Anyway,
which reminds me, we want to remind everybody that No Icing with Drita, starring Sandy D, is going to be at the top of the hour at 7 p.m. Eastern. So everybody should be tuning in there. We love her. She's like one of our favorite people ever. So you get to see her, and she's from Staten Island. Sandy D's from Staten Island.
I'm going to teach you how to say leprechaun in an Irish accent. Okay, so you.
I don't know that I can do it. I've tried.
Leprechaun.
Leprechaun. Hey,
Oh, you want a leprechaun?
leprechaun, do you?
Oh,
A wee little leprechaun.
He's a wee leprechaun.
A wee little
But he's a
leprechaun.
vicious leprechaun. He attacks children in this movie.
Although, to be honest, it just occurred to me that as leprechauns go, he's pretty giant, right? I mean, he's pretty big for a leprechaun.
If you put him up against Darby O'Gill's little people, yeah.
Yeah,
He's humongous.
Or
He's
like
a
Gulliver's
giant
Travels.
leprechaun.
Like Gulliver Travels. I mean, he's so much bigger. He's like.
But they did a lot of movies like this at that time in the late 80s, early 90s. They were doing like Troll and and different movies like that with mythical kind of monsters. And this one came up, and again, just because of Warwick Davis's performance, this film, again, like you said, spawned like 8 sequels. A couple of them don't even have him in it. They just started from scratch and did their own thing. Leprechaun 8. We don't know where we're going.
I think if it has the word leprechaun in it, they know for a fact that on St. Patty's Day, at least a certain segment of the population is going to, rent the damn thing. So it's almost an instant win if you could just name something leprechaun.
But yeah, they did 2 in the hood. So and 1 in space.
I do feel like they need to do a third one in the hood. There were some plot points that they didn't quite get to that I would like to see.
Just like the thing with 2 heads.
Oh my gosh, it was brilliant. I love it. I can't get it out of my mind. One of my favorite movies of all time. If only they could do a crossover with the Leprechaun and the thing with 2 heads, I would watch it all day, every day. It would be
the
great.
Leprechaun with 2 heads. They can get Warwick Davis back and the other actor that played him in Return of the Leprechaun. Oh, I got 2 heads on my shoulder. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
You just wrote a Hollywood blockbuster. I think that's beautiful. I would watch it.
I want my money. I want my check, damn it.
I would watch it in a heartbeat. Come on. It's beautiful.
A heartbeat.
A heartbeat.
That's a heartbeat.
It's getting a little more like a Bostonian. My accent's getting a little Bostonian. Oh, that's a little too realistic there, General. I don't know what to say. That's
love
a
doing
skill.
that one. I don't know why, but I do. I love doing that one.
Do it, and I'll highlight you. It's a little disturbing because it's too real. It's too real. Stop. It's creeping me out. Okay, it's very realistic. So
this
Here
film
we go.
is released through Lionsgate, which did a lot of these training films. And right out of the gate, we see the Leprechaun and his crock of gold. He's crack of gold.
And he's very proud of
enjoying
it.
His money. Here's the thing. I'm like Joe Biden. Here's the thing, man. He has 100 coins in this crock of gold. Now, if you've ever held like a roll of quarters, that's not really a lot of coins. It's not enough to fill a crock. Not even a country spread shed crock. So yeah, I'm wondering about that.
His love, but it does show his love. I mean, this is his primary motivation. For a leprechaun, this is their motivation: is the gold. He's really into gold.
Well, yeah, he's kind of greedy.
That's his nature,
and he's like an accountant. He goes after one person just for 1 gold coin. Mm-hmm. He will kill a person just for 1 gold coin. He does it in this movie a couple times
because it's his essence of his nature. That's what the leprechauns do.
And again, I think they point out later on in these movies that, like in part 2 or 3, that the gold gives him his power, gives him his magical power somehow. Mm-hmm. He connects with the gold somehow, and it gives him his power. Anyway, the first guy that stole his gold, Mr. O'Grady, in this, spent a lot of money. He got a limousine. You're going to see this in a minute. Well, go ahead and forward it. I'll show you the O'Grady's. They moved to the Dakotas in America to get away from the Leprechaun. They got a little, property, a little farm out in the Dakotas. There's the title card. There they are, Mr. and Mrs. O'Grady. And she's wondering why he's tipping this guy big money. Where did he get the limousine from and all that? He's spending the Now, why didn't the Leprechaun go after this guy for the tip? That's what I want to know. He should have gone after this. There it is, Leprechaun 9, The Hunt for the Chauffeur.
And Cadet Morales wants to add that, yeah, his power is actually linked to the gold. They do that in this film with his magic. So he actually does need the gold in order for him to continue. So it's like a very strong motivating factor for him. Yeah.
So, okay, he only gets 100 coins in this movie. And the O'Grady's, they moved to the Dakotas to get away from him. He explains to his wife, hey, I stole a crock of gold from a leprechaun. Oh, she disappeared. And the leprechaun sneaks off into one of his suitcases. And his wife opens it up. Boom. Hello, how are you doing? Oh, you're making tea, are you? And he pushes her, or she moves backwards into the doorway of the basement, and boom, ass over tea kettle down into the basement.
It's almost exactly how she sounded too, General.
Of all the stunt people going down a set of stairs, my God, this woman. She really goes ass over tea kettle. You can see her underwear. This poor old lady, whoever the stunt person was, that was a great fall.
It was a fantastic stunt double. Yes, I don't think it was the woman who did it, but
it probably wasn't her.
No, we hope not. We hope not.
She still lived to do other movies. So the Leprechaun, he's waiting for Mr. O'Grady to show back up. I can't remember why he leaves and comes back, but in any case, he comes back, and the Leprechaun is sitting there with the tea. Oh, your wife makes a great cup of tea. So O'Grady has the secret weapon for a leprechaun. Do you know what that weapon is?
What is that weapon, General? Remind us.
A shamrock, a 4-leaf clover.
Oh, there you go.
Which are very rare. It's very hard to find a 4-leaf clover.
Very fine. Most of them have 3 leaves, so you have to really look hard.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So if you touch a leprechaun with a 4-leaf clover, it's very, very, you can kill it. It takes away all of his power, and you can kill it. According to Mr. O'Grady. So
there he
holds
goes.
Up the 4-leaf clover. There's the 4-leaf clover. Jennifer Aniston has to find one of these at the end of the film. So he beats the heck out of Warwick Davis, the leprechaun, and he puts him in a box, and he puts gas all over the box. Oh, don't be putting gas on me now. And just as he is about to light it, he has a stroke. The leprechaun puts a curse on him, says, oh, you're getting so old, you might have a stroke. But he leaves the 4-leaf clover on top of the box. So he can't get out of the box with the 4-leaf clover on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the beginning of the movie. So we've lost Mr. O'Grady, but here's the O'Grady place 10 years later. Next page. Yeah, man, I've gone so far without my notes that I've lost my place. 10 years later, Tori and her father, JD. There's Tori. Jennifer Aniston, look at her. She's a baby. She's just a wee thing. They bought the O'Grady homestead, and it's a real fixer-upper. Look at those cobwebs, will ya? Just 10 years? Seriously. It looks like the Haunted Mansion. And there's big spiders. Are there tarantulas in North Dakota? Can anybody confirm that for me? There's tarantulas in this house.
I know they're in Utah. In Utah, like once a year, they have entire hordes of them, and they go on this mating ritual in Utah. So I think they do. I think they really do.
I thought that was going to be a bone of contention for me, but okay.
If they have it in Utah, I think it's very, possible they have them there. And they have very big spiders as you get closer to Canada. The bigger the spiders. Yeah, very big spiders.
We got to do a spider movie.
I'm arachnophobic, so I know all about spiders.
Spider movie.
A spider movie, arachnophobia.
Something about giant spiders.
Something about giant spiders. That's right.
I like arachnophobia. That's a great movie. Okay, yes. So she hates the house. She's on her way out, and then she meets. Go back one slide. She meets the cute guy that's come to paint the house, oh my God, this guy's prettier than she is. As Fat Bastard said in a movie, he's prettier than some of the girls I've shagged.
He is very pretty. He's very. They're a good couple.
Yeah.
Discount Kevin Bacon is what Cadet Morales calls him. Discount Kevin Bacon. It's very fun.
Kevin Bacon never looked that good. Come on now. He never, not even in Footloose. So, okay, his partners are Ozzy and Alex, okay? They are kind of like the Laurel and Hardy of this film, I guess. And again, Ozzy is the big one, and he is a little slow-witted, let's say. He's kind of a Forrest Gump kind of character. And he, believes in leprechauns and things, which is part of the story here. And nobody believes him, and he's seen a leprechaun. So anyway, Tori is less than thrilled until Nathan. That's the name of the character. Nathan, the paint guy, shows up. Now, of course, Ozzy and Alex, they're a little clumsy. Ozzy's a little clumsy. Now, here's the thing. Move to the next slide. Okay. What he says here, Ozzy says here, is, Alex, you were supposed to hold the ladder. Alex is sitting on the ladder. Okay. Ozzy's got a paint roller, and there are no buckets turned over. It doesn't look like any paint is spilled on the white thing at all, but there's paint all over Ozzy's head and shoulders. I don't know how he managed to do this. I'm sorry, I don't. Scientifically speaking, it doesn't seem like it's possible, but I guess it is, because there he is. So for the rest of this movie, his shoulders have blue paint on them, on his costume. Downstairs in the crate, and you can't really see it here in the timeline, I guess, that he's down in the crate, the leprechaun. That guy needs to watch more Painting with Rory. Okay. He realizes that Ozzy is his mark. Ozzy is his ticket out of that crate. So he does some voices when Ozzy goes to clean up. And by the way, if you've ever tried to get paint out of your hair, my God, this guy got all the paint out of his hair like that. He goes down to the cellar because he hears a little kid's voice. Of course, this is the leprechaun's trick. He tricks Ozzy to get close to the box. Somehow Ozzy bumps the box. The four-leaf clover brushes off the side of the box. Boom, we've got the leprechaun out again. And there begins the real movie. So, got to move to the next page. This is a new book. I completely filled up a book with my notes for my timelines. So he's trying to use his magic on Ozzy, but his powers are weak. He needs his gold. So Ozzy goes and tells the gang. He gets away from the leprechaun. He tells the gang. Now, I want to see the scene where somehow Nathan, this guy Nathan, gets blue paint on his arms and elbows, as does Jennifer Aniston. So they go through a lot of this movie with these little blue spots of paint on their arms. How they somehow did it. I want to see that scene. That's obviously a scene that was deleted. So they go downstairs to humor Ozzy, kind of, and nothing. And they see a rainbow. A rainbow appears out of nowhere. And of course, Ozzy's like, well, there's a crack of gold at the end of the rainbow. We got to go find it. Off-screen shenanigans going on. That is right, Greg. I want to see those off-screen shenanigans. And the rainbow leads to, a piece of shit truck. But there is a crock of gold inside behind the seat. That's where O'Grady hid it. And that's where Ozzy finds it. And Alice is like, oh, we can't tell the grown-ups about this. You know how they are with money. So Ozzy accidentally eats one of them. He's like, I know how to tell. You got to bite that. And he eats one of the gold coins. So it's in his stomach. Meanwhile, go back a slide, please. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we got a love connection going on here. Those blue spots on their arms. And she goes over to the truck, and the Leprechaun is under the truck, and he scratches her. First he fondles her, and she thinks somehow miraculously Nathan got under the truck and is toying with her, but of course it scratches her, and she realizes it wasn't Nathan. Her father comes out because she's screaming and yelling and making commotion, and it's a cat. Her father says, "Oh, it's a cat. That's probably what it is. Here, he's down in this tree hole. I'm going to reach right in there. A cat." That's good. We know what's going to happen here. So sure enough, the Leprechaun bites. That's not a cat bite. Ever have a cat bite that bad? Come on. The Leprechaun bites him. So they hop in the truck. And for the record, the truck with the distributor, the tricky distributor. And what is? I mean, that's like Doctor Who level cheesy special effects. Let's just film his face through a hole, and then we'll just put the tree around it. That's what we'll do. Yeah, some scam tried to call me while I was doing the show. Okay, so the truck with the distributor cap that the kid, Alex, has to fix every time they start it up. Alex? Looking at the paint that's all over that truck, would you hire these guys to paint your house? I don't think so. So they're off to town, and the Leprechaun has got his own transport.
I love it. I love the tricycle, and I love that he's proud of it. You can see that he really enjoys it, you know.
Isn't that cute?
It's just very cute, but he's like so evil, you know. It's crazy. It's such the juxtaposition of the tricycle and his grin is just hilarious. I love it.
He does have that makeup is kind of like a Joker thing, like, wait till they get a load of me.
Yeah, I think that's exactly. I think he says that almost exactly. I think that's
so. They
exactly
take the father to the ER and dump him off. We never see the father again in this movie. After
he's gone. He's totally gone. We just forget about him.
He doesn't come back at all for the rest of the movie. No, he's in the ER.
He's totally gone, and we don't know. It's okay though.
All right, pick up your check.
There you go.
Shooting's over. I don't know if he was a famous actor at the time. I don't recognize him actually. But so the guys, the boys decide they're going to go to the coin shop to see how much this coin is worth. They're going to show one of the coins, the gold coins, to the guy, Joe, Trader Joe, and that's the guy that's my brother Daryl, and that's my other brother Daryl.
Oh, that's I love that guy.
From Newhart.
From Newhart, yes.
So he's never seen anything like it. And yet he has a big book of ancient coins of Ireland right there. Look how big that book is. And he's got it right there in his shop. Mm-hmm. How handy.
It's perfect.
So the Leprechaun is already teleported is what this Leprechaun teleports.
Mm-hmm. That's one of his powers.
He has teleport magic. Things.
Well, he has magic, so of course.
He teleports into the safe. So when the guy opens the safe, oh, hey, how you doing? Here I am. That gives us a couple of surprises. Like
he's very surprising to see that thing jumping out. That thing's jumped out of something at me. I'm telling you, I'll pee my pants.
So yeah, he gets pogo sticked. The pogo stick death.
He jumps on top of him and he's giggling. He's giggling and uprightly laughing the entire time. I mean, he's enjoying it a little too much, and it's very gruesome. So I just want to say
that's the thing. He's always happy. He's always happy to be evil.
He's exuberant about who he is. He's a beautiful person. He's very exuberant. Good word. Yes, exuberant. He's enthusiastic about his murders. You know, it's just something he's very interested in. He's passionate.
And when you think about it, you know, Freddy Krueger's the same way.
Yeah, a lot of delight.
He's always laughing and stuff.
Yes.
So anyway, poor Joe, Trader Joe gets the pogo stick death. Very bloody and painful. Call in the other brother Daryl. But in the shop, the Leprechaun finds a sweet electric car ride back to the O'Grady's, and really a cop with a donut. You know, there we go, another cliche. So anyway, pulls over our green antagonist. The minute you see this guy standing over the Leprechaun, you're just saying to yourself, "This guy's Leprechaun fodder. He's going to be a victim. There's no doubt." Well, I'm 476 years old.
And he looks it.
Look at that. You can just look at him and say, okay, this guy's going to be dead in 5 minutes.
You could just tell.
There's
It's one
no
of those
doubt.
roles. Yep. Especially when you see how excited the leprechaun is to see the guy.
Well, and he's very snarky leprechaun. And,
Very.
oh, you're pulling me over, are you? Let me tear your face off. And you can't get too close to a leprechaun.
No.
You can't like lean in there and go, oh, aren't you just the cutest little leprechaun? Ah!
And that's what we learned in this training.
Face off.
That's what we do these training films, General, because it's a very serious thing. People think that they're cute with the charms and all this, and they're very adorable. The point is that this training film is really accurately depicting that they're dangerous. They're very hazardous creatures. Yes. You don't want to mess with them.
Koalas are cute, but they're dangerous.
But their pee smells like eucalyptus, which is very pleasant, I hear. So that's okay.
Look at a koala's claws. I'm serious. Go on the internet and look at them. They're horrific. It's like the baby from It's Alive.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do that one.
That's another good one. I think we need.
That's another great one.
Very good.
That baby. Oh, isn't he cute?
It's so disturbing. So disturbing.
The baby noises. Mm-hmm. That's what you're going to be calling for now.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, back at the town diner, we have meatloaf and water in Italian restaurant cups. Do you remember those red cups when you go to the Italian restaurant?
Of course, they all look like that. They're supposed to look iced, kind of. They're supposed to look iced.
But you don't see those in diners. You get white cups, like clear cups in the diner.
Mm-hmm.
The red ones are for the Italian restaurants. Anyway.
Italian restaurants are very good about that. No, it's true. You're very true. Cadet Gannon reminds us that raccoons are cute spawns of Satan, dumpster divers also. Yes, exactly.
Yes, but you're not Chip Cop. Be careful.
And Fred is reminding us that he just heard the Howitzer noises. You know, that's the thing. We tune in for that. That's what I think a lot of them are here for that, General.
I was going to say something else about the leprechauns being cute and something else being cute. Now I can't remember what the hell it was. God, I hate when that happens, when I've got a funny thought, a great thought, and then it disappears. So anyway, I got sidetracked with It's Alive. Wah! Okay, so can we even see this? It's the deputy running for his life, and he finally finds it. This goes on for like 5 minutes. The leprechaun is toying with him. He finally feels like he's got some peace. He's laying next to a tree, and the leprechaun jumps on his shoulders and breaks his neck. So that's the sound of a police officer's neck breaking. So goodbye, deputy dog. Back at the diner, Ozzy almost spills the beans about the gold coins, gets kicked under the table by Alex. Back at O'Grady's, this movie just zips along back and forth. The leprechaun looks for his gold in the house. He's tearing the place up. He finds some Lucky Clover cereal. Patooey. He doesn't like it. He also finds a mirror. How handsome. Ooh, handsome devil. Now, here's another thing that distracts the leprechaun. Shoes. He likes to shine shoes. So if you want to detain a leprechaun, throw some shoes out for him to shine. You know, he can't resist. So that's another thing you learn from this movie. Now, when the gang gets back to the place is torn apart. It's a mess. Nathan checks outside, and boom, he gets his leg caught in a bear trap. Not his foot, but his leg. I don't know how he does that, but maybe he tripped and fell on the bear trap, and it got his leg. Maybe the leprechaun used his magic to make the bear trap come up off the ground and grab the calf instead of the foot. Now, and the thing is for the next 10 or 15 minutes, they show a progression of how poor Nathan is like losing blood, and he's looking paler, and it looks like he's getting weaker. And then I guess he gets his second breath, because like in the last 30 minutes of this film, man, he goes all out hog wild with, shooting the shotgun. Anyway, and we're going to talk about that too at length. The leprechaun is out there. Oh, I put a trap out for you. Where's me gold? So now the gang has finally seen the leprechaun. They all come out to fight with the leprechaun. They send Ozzy back in. He calls the police, the sheriff's office, and tells them about the leprechaun attack, of course. And they're like, oh, God, Ozzy, man, oh, man. Yeah, that's a good one. Leprechaun. Now, this guy who's playing the sheriff, he's a character actor as well. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Stephen King's, what's the werewolf one? Silver Bullet. And he's done a lot of stuff. The next slide, you'll get a good shot of his face. Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. So I always get him mixed up with Ron Howard's father, who is also a character actor that plays a lot of like farmers and sheriffs and stuff like that. But this guy's done a lot of stuff. Now, shotguns, here we go. Shotguns don't kill leprechauns, but it sure does deter them. It's a decent deterrent. It slows them down considerably. So get them to shine shoes while you shoot them with a shotgun. Then you can find a clover, a 4-leaf clover. Not sure why this slide is here. I actually have that written down in my notes. They get back to the truck, which is a good idea. The truck with the tricky distributor cap. Alex? So Alex has to go fix the distributor cap, and boom, he lifts up the hood. And
it's another surprise. It's another surprise. He loves to surprise people because he's tiny. He can fit into these little places that normal people can't.
Again, he teleported. He teleported right in
all
there.
The time. Yeah, that's his thing.
Beam me up, Scotty. He teleported. Beam me into under the hood, Scotty.
It's very scary. You never know when he's going to
eating. He's eating the distributor cap. That's the funny part. He's just.
He's very destructive. I would tell you that.
So, yeah, he's trying to get in. Oh, you're going too fast. He's trying to get into the truck. They're all in the truck, and he's trying to get. It's like Cujo, he's trying to break into the truck, and he breaks the windshield, and then she burns him with the cigarette lighter. Good move. They don't like fire, leprechauns. They don't like fire. Fire hurts them a lot.
Do you ever wonder how he gets dressed in the morning, like with the socks and with the shoes, with the it's a whole ensemble. He's very fashionable. I mean, I wonder if he actually takes the time.
I'm wondering where the red pants came from.
I don't know. They're almost purple.
That's kind of a clash. You've got the green tailcoat, the little green tailcoat. You got the vest with the actually a Scottish pattern on it. And the red pants, I'm not sure where that came from. But anyway, I agree with you. The costume is interesting. It's interesting. So he goes into the barn and he comes crashing out of the barn in this little tank car. I don't know where he got it from. I guess he just, magicked it up out of thin air. But this thing is so powerful that he bumps their truck with it and the truck flips over. So it's just a very powerful little toy car. Santa's elf pants. The Santa elf pants. That's right. Why is he wearing Santa elf pants? My gosh, I gotta know. So when he goes to check the car, there's nobody there. They've already gotten out. And they're already hiding behind a log, and they're already heading for the house. So he chases them back to the house. So they're like, okay, lock everything up. Let's board them up. Let's keep them out of here. And then we come to the infamous cutting off the hand scene. I put this 4 slides in one slide. You see up at the top left, his hand is cut off in the door. It crawls up the door from the floor, opens the door, falls out of the door so he can pick it up and put it back on his arm. So infamous. Rachel, Tori, my French joke. She realizes, oh my God, my mobile phone. I can call the police on my mobile phone. So she calls the police on the mobile phone. She gets the message out to the police, and then her phone dies. Isn't that always the way? So there he is again, the sheriff. He calls. Who else would he call? The deputy. He calls the deputy that's already dead out there that's in that area. And of course, the leprechaun is there, and he's answering in the deputy's voice. Yes, I know. I'll be out there as soon as I can. He's a tricky leprechaun.
I didn't know that, I was very surprised that the Leprechaun had that voice acting ability, the impersonation, like our friend Rory Penland. It's a very unique skill set.
Magic.
And maybe it's magic. I don't know, but it's like he was able to really do a great job.
He teleported out to the car when he needed to, too. I mean, that was fast. Oh, they're calling on the radio. I need to get out to the car now. I need to get out to the blinking lights. So again, he is amazing in how fast he can teleport to places.
The leprechaun of a thousand voices, which is just great.
Damn you!
Oh my!
Damn that leprechaun! Now I'm going to do me Christopher Walken.
I would love to see Rory Penland do the leprechaun doing Christopher
I'm a leprechaun.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to the house now. I'm going to come out of the refrigerator. It's crazy.
Oh, man.
And that's what he does. From here, he teleports to the refrigerator, I think. Isn't it? No, that comes later. Okay, so the deputy, the boys fess up about the gold inside the house. And it's hidden in a bucket in the well outside the house. So who are we going to send? We're going to send Tori. Why not send her out? So she grabs the shotgun. Yeah, I'm ready. She goes out. And look at this. I put this slide in here for one reason and one reason only. To show you that they did not barricade up the house, because she walks out that kitchen door. It's not even locked. She just, boom, walks right out. Guys, come on. You got a deadly leprechaun after you. Lock up. So she's outside. She goes to the well. And we realize at the well that anything remotely leprechaun related will have a green light on it. And green light focused on it. Wait do you see the clover patch later? It's just like there's a green beam from heaven shining down on it. So he's like, oh, do you got me gold? Is that me gold? It looks like me gold. So he's there. It's like when you open cat food, for the cats, and they meow meow and they come running to you. He's there, man. He is just, oh, you got me good. So anyway, he's getting his mojo back. You can tell. But when he counts it, he teleports out to the police. He must like the police car with the lights. He must like that because he keeps teleporting out there. And you see the little car is over on the left. And of course the truck where the gold was hidden is there. So that's like his place. That's like his, I don't know, his go-to place, for lack of a better term. So he counts it, and there's only 99 coins. They shortchanged me. Oh, I've only got 99 coins. Well, wait a minute. What about all the money that O'Grady spent? Come on now. Let's get real. So he teleports to the refrigerator. He's in the house anyway, even if you lock the door. And again, he is not above terrorizing children. He likes it. Look at him smiling. He likes terrorizing kids. Later, he tries to put that kid's face in a bear trap. That's a pretty ruthless leprechaun. So the chase is on. Nathan and Tori use up a lot of buckshot in this next 5 minutes, okay? First, he goes up in the cabinets. They play a little hide and seek in the cabinets. Then he's going back and forth on a skateboard. Why the O'Grady's have a skateboard in their house, I have no idea. And then, as we see, they shoot him, and there's a, go back to that slide, there's a leprechaun puppet on the floor. Anything with legs that are bending like that, it's a puppet. It's not real. I'm just saying. Look how his legs are bending. Warwick wasn't on set that day. Okay. Got to change my page. Oh, we're running out of time. Can't keep him down for long, though. He looks like Alf here. Hey, Willie. When you see this kind of shot, you know something's going to pop out. That one. Nathan is going down close to the floor to hear something. You know something's going to pop out, and sure enough, he does.
Yep, sure it be.
So there are a lot of impact scares in this movie. Good ones, not like fake ones. I like this, the little hand coming out of the telephone, little homage to Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, do you need a hand?
Creepy little hand. So brilliant idea in this next slide. They decide they're going to go outside, throw shoes all over the ground to distract the leprechaun while Tori goes into town to talk to the catatonic Mr. O'Grady. He's still alive. Okay, it's not, hey, let's all get into the Jeep, which works, go into town to the hospital because everybody's injured. No, they're going to send Tori into town by herself to talk to Mr. O'Grady. So she goes, and the leprechaun is skating behind her.
Oh, I'm gonna follow you into town.
And of course, that leads to a little cartoon moment with a little person fun. He goes through a fence, and it's the shape of the leprechaun going through the fence. That's a director decision right there. Here's another cliche: the sleeping security guard. Yay! I'm just going to reach down here on your desk, pick up your list, and find out where Mr. O'Grady is. So, how many of you knew that it was going to be the leprechaun in that chair? I mean, like right away, like the minute you saw it, hey, that's not Mr. O'Grady. I bet that's a leprechaun. I know I was. I knew it. Guess who? Where's the next one? Guess who? There we go. So I'll chase you around in my wheelchair. I bet you like this one too, didn't you?
This was my favorite. I love it because he always finds innovative ways to get around the teleportation, the tricycle,
it's always in fast
wheelchair,
motion.
And he's always enjoying it. If you could see his face, he's elated.
Yes.
I mean, he's just enjoying every moment of it. He's very, very excited to be a leprechaun. He loves himself.
And then they do the slow. He's going at like 4 times the speed of light. And of course, we do the elevator door, the slow elevator door close cliche.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on. Oh no. And that's
and there's Mr. O'Grady.
There
he's
he is.
Elevator.
Oh boy.
And he's still alive.
And her face.
Her, go back and look. I'm about to expire my last breath, but go back and look for a 4-leaf clover. So she does. She goes back. And of course, he's chasing her in the wheelchair.
And look at his face. I mean, he's just so excited. He's enjoying every moment.
Okay. So the next 2 minutes are basically, okay, she's looking for the 4-leaf clover, and then he comes up, little girl shouldn't be looking for 4-leaf clovers. This next shot here is like the next 2 minutes of the film. It's the let's chase Jennifer Aniston's butt camera. That's basically what you see for the next 2 minutes. And don't get me wrong, she has a phenomenal body. She does. But it's kind of so obvious that that's what they're doing. So anyway, she finds the police car, but of course the officer's dead. And the old nightstick in the eye. Isn't that nice? She puts this nightstick in the leprechaun's eye. And of course, he pulls it out, and then he puts the eye, he pulls out the eye of the, I don't know how he gets across her. Oh, she goes in the back seat or something. And he takes his eye, and of course the line, oh, an eye for an eye. And then the gang shows up with the shotgun. They blast him again. Blast him. So Alex is in the barn, and he's setting a trap for the leprechaun. He doesn't know that the leprechaun has already teleported to the barn, and he's watching him. And he's going to attack him again and try to put his face in a bear trap. So they're looking for shamrocks again, and they find one. And when you find a shamrock, a 4-leaf clover, it glows green. Almost every time. Look for one. It's magic. So the leprechaun torments Alex again, and Ozzy tells him, I'm the one you want. I'm the one you're looking for. I swallowed the coin. It's in my stomach. Oh, I got to have your stomach then. So he goes after him. He takes a buckle off of his shoe, and he cuts the hell out of this boy. He just cuts him up royally. Very nasty. And then, of course, Alex comes out with his slingshot, and he's got the 4-leaf clover stuck to a piece of gum, and it goes right down the gullet. Perfect shot. And, of course, we have a nice long Yeah, that's a nice shot. We have a nice long deteriorating death of the leprechaun here. Lasts about 5 minutes. They're all on the porch. Is he dead yet? Nope. He's still there. He's still in the well. So Nathan goes and pours a can of gasoline down the well and lights it. And oh my God. Look at this next line. Look at the mushroom cloud on that bad boy. That's some powerful gasoline there. Call NASA. A little bit of gasoline in it. I don't know if you ever barbecue with gasoline, but it's not that potent really. I mean, it does burn. It goes up, believe me, but wow, that was quite an explosion. So the police finally do show up. It's the end of the movie. And the last thing we see in the movie is the leprechaun talking from the well, just like Fu Manchu. I will be back. You have to worry about me in part 2. So there it is.
Really, probably one of the best movies we've ever watched.
I don't know about that.
It doesn't get any better than Leprechaun, to be honest.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I absolutely did. I absolutely do. There's some funny comments here. We do have to go because it's
Yes.
no icing with Trita is up right now on this channel.
Again, I have hats for General Howitzer. $15 for the hats, $20 if you want the insignia on it. And we have stickers, of course, for General Howitzer. Yes, go to No Icing with Drina and enjoy that show.
Absolutely. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you on Tuesday. Howitzer will be on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So hope to see everybody
keep an
there.
eye out for those big monsters.
Keep an eye out. Remember the training films. Stay safe. Thank you, General. Love to everybody. Bye-bye now.